Have you ever been in a talking stage that just never ends?
Or dragged you on for months or even years and it still didn't lead you anywhere?
Let's talk about why we choose not to do that and why we didn't waste time seeing things like where it's gonna go.
Yeah, we didn't talk to date, we talked to marry.
Correct. And that changed everything, like literally.
Everything.
So in this video, we are going to talk about why talking stages are a waste of time and why we didn't talk to date, but rather talk to marry.
Yeah.
Coming up.
Talking stages create confusion, not clarity. What do you think about that?
Well, here's the thing. When you are just talking with no purpose, it feels like connection, but really a confusion in a disguise.
Yeah, because you get close, you talk every day, you share your life, but no one actually saying what this is or where it's going.
Correct. And if you bring up marriage, it's like, whoa, let's not rush,
Yeah.
right? But then what are we even doing if there is no goal, if there is no
Yeah.
end goal of marriage?
Yeah, exactly. Because it's not deep, it just delayed third break. That's it.
Yeah, I feel like if you are just talking to someone with no aim as marriage, it's just gonna end in a heartbreak. And that's just like a regular theme in Western culture and in all the relationships that we see around us. Like they're just talking to get to know each other, and there is no limit because you can know someone for the rest of your life,
Yeah.
and you still wouldn't know enough, right?
That's a good point,
Where is
yeah.
that red line? Be like, okay, now I know enough that I'm gonna make my decision
Exactly.
of either moving forward
Yeah.
or not with that person.
Yeah, because guys, like, trust me, if you spend years to know someone, after marriage, you'll still know things that you never know. So
Correct.
marriage, like, will teach you things that you, even if you live with that person, you still after marriage know things that you never know. So it's not like enough for you.
Exactly. And when you get married, the person changes. Why? Because he never felt these circumstances before. So things gonna change with it.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna be back to the stage one. I don't know this guy.
So no matter how effort did you put to know that person before marriage, you will still get to know other things after marriage. Okay, so for next point, emotional attachment without intention hurts.
Yeah, exactly. Now think about this way. When you give someone an emotional access to you, your time,
Yeah.
your efforts, your thoughts, even sometimes your heart, and they just disappear. How are you gonna feel like? It's almost like you're used.
Yeah, because they were never serious. They just like the feeling of you being close to them, not the responsibility of the commitment itself.
Yeah, exactly. Because when the commitment comes in, a lot of
Yeah.
the guys, from my perspective, will back out because they're in for fun, but not necessarily in for long term.
Yeah, because feelings is like he all the time say that to me. We will not test someone in the good time. We test people in the bad time. So if it's just like feeling and butterflies, you will never test anything. We all like feeling, but when it comes to the hard time and responsibility and commitment, then this is the hard time, and not everyone will actually be committed to that.
But technically, though, if you are in that situation and if this happens, this breakup happens, even though you have no end goal, it's still gonna hurt and
Yeah.
you will feel like you wasted your time. So instead of going through this whole cycle and being at a stage where it's not clear at the end of the day, why not go into a discussion with someone with a proper thought? Be like, hey, I'm getting to know you for the purpose of marriage. That's one. And then second, which is the most important part, is to set a deadline for both of you guys to end the discussion there. Like, this is the enough I know of you that I needed to know. Now I'm going to make a decision whether
Yeah.
I'm going to proceed
Yeah.
forward with you or back out.
Okay, so for the next point for that topic, time is the one thing you don't get back.
We always say time is valuable, but then we give it away so easily, especially in this sector where we're getting to know each other
Yeah.
for the purpose of marriage. Because I feel like if you're actually serious about getting to know someone for marriage, you give yourself with that one person a specific time. In that time, I'll be able to know you, okay, to understand you and understand where you're headed.
Yeah.
Okay, and if I agree with it, I'll go forward. If I not, I'll back out. Now that will give you a specific time. So let's say the person is not sure and they're getting to know each other for like years on end. At the end they back out, you lost it your year. That
Exactly.
year you could have invested in someone who you actually see a potential with.
Yeah.
Right? So never take an answer, oh, we're just trying to see where it goes, or oh, I need more time. No, just give yourself a deadline for it, so that you don't waste your time and your effort.
Honestly, I think 1 year is so much for you to know someone. If they are not serious enough after 3 months, they are not going to magically become serious after 3 years or 1 year or 2 years. It doesn't really matter.
Exactly. Like we personally, we
Yeah.
made a choice that if we aren't heading towards marriage, we aren't going to keep talking. We gave ourselves 3 months to 4 months that we will do everything in that time period.
Yeah, exactly. And this idea protected us from wasting time and gave our relationship a purpose. Like I know him because I know that he's gonna come to engage me and I'm gonna marry him. So
Yeah.
that there was a purpose of the relationship or us talking.
Yeah, and there was a clarity in my mind that in a year from now, I already see her with my life, living a proper married life and getting to know each other more,
Yeah.
and then fighting a lot of battles that we might have to face in future.
Yeah, and that's actually that method or like this way to know someone is make your brain more awake to figure out things clearly. It's not like just butterflies. Now I'm thinking more with my brain because there is no hard feeling between me and him. I just know that I have to know him now because I'm gonna marry him. So I have to actually determine his religious, his mindset, his everything, if it's work for me or not.
Halal love is still love,
Yeah.
but it's love where you have structure, where you have boundaries, and
Yeah.
where you have limitations.
Like halal love is still love, and I think a lot of people think intentional love is boring, but honestly, from my perspective, it's the most peaceful thing.
Like people want to see that, oh, you hit each
Yeah.
other and be like books fell and you giving each other books and you touch accidentally. Like this is not always the case. In fact, this love is more on a haram side than in halal side. You
Yeah.
can be intentional to know someone and then go from there. Because if you think about it, Islam doesn't restrict love. It just protects
Protects it.
love from both ends. That protects emotional excitement from both ends, like emotional investment from both ends. That's what I think what Islam is when
Exactly.
it comes to love.
Yeah, exactly. Because Islam is not against you; it's Islam with you. He just try to protect you, protect your feeling, protect your time, protect everything we have talked about it. If you find someone that keep you guessing, that isn't a love.
No, that is so true. Someone who truly wants to be with you won't keep you guessing. He will come and tell you black and white that he wants XYZ and no discussion.
Yeah.
And that's going to be very, very clear to you.
Yes, exactly. Because like if they are constantly vague, for example, they say let's just go with the flow. Let's see what's gonna happen at the end. That means that they want the perks of closeness without cost of commitment.
Honestly, love like that, it just leaves you more confused than comforted, because
Yeah.
that's the whole part of love, to be more comfortable with that person, but they always leave you guessing.
Exactly, because like think about it, real love, it feels safe. It's bring clarity, not an anxiety for your life.
Yeah, and if you're feeling the anxiety, if you're still feeling that I don't know what's happening,
It's
if you still feel confused, it's a clear sign that he's not interested. He's just playing with you. Because
Exactly.
as a man, because we have a lot of thoughts laid out of what we want in a career, they're really focused. When they see the woman they want to spend the rest of their life with, they will go ahead with
Exactly,
it. They
this
will
is what I'm
not
saying all
leave
the
it
time.
on the table.
So girl, if he makes you think twice about him, that's a red carpet, not a red flag. Trust me.
Correct.
Talking stages delay your growth.
Here's the secret part. When you are stuck in talking stage, you delay the love you meant for. For example,
Yeah.
if you're not even getting out of stage of the talking, you would not know what the growth looked like in terms of talking to your parents
Exactly.
about the person, or moving forward with that person in terms of like getting to know each other for with the family and things of that nature.
Yeah, exactly. Because like you cannot heal, you cannot grow, and you're not emotionally available for the right person when they actually show up. Because you will all the time think, okay, I have that person. Let me give him some time. Let me
Yeah,
just try one more time.
because you're still not sure about that
Yeah,
person,
yeah.
because they're keeping you confused.
Yeah.
And someone might come in along the way that he's actually serious about you, but you're just gonna give up on the other person because you're kind of connected and maybe he's interested in you.
Exactly.
And that's going to be a disaster. And to be honest, sometimes Allah bring that person into your life until you let go of what's not for you.
Yeah, because like walking away from the wrong person opens a door for the right one every time.
If you are in a talking stage right now, pause and reflect yourself and ask, is this love with purpose or just a connection that's wasting time? Because in my opinion, you deserve clarity. You deserve proper knowing of what is happening, where we're going.
Yeah, exactly. We didn't talk to just pass time. We talked to actually build a life. So if this spoke to you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share it with someone stuck in that stage, in that talking stage.
Yeah, and let them know that what our thoughts is, how you can kind of break out of this cycle and become and have a clear relationship with thoughts.
Yeah, and if you're still waiting for the right person, keep your standards high and your dua stronger.
Because love without intention is a distraction, and love with purpose worth every step. That being said, that is all for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care of yourself, others,
Channel.
and of this channel. I'll see you tomorrow.
Peace.